What's going on, my Just Flippin' family? This is Miko, and today I'm gonna do a little bit of a tutorial. This N64 I have here, this reset button is completely stuck down. It looks like they attempted to try to pry it open, which is never a good thing because you'll just get it stuck even more. Power button seems to work good. Everything's alright. Got the, not an expansion pack, but we got the jumper pack in there. So, first what you're gonna need is you're gonna need this tool. This is a security driver. People call it a game bit. As you can see, it's a weird bit. Looks like a star, but way more edges than normal. And it comes with two. It's reversible. You got the smaller one here for cartridges, and then you have the big one, which I believe is 4.5 millimeter. The small one is 3.8. This big one is used for like N64s and GameCubes. That is how you get those open. I wish this was longer, but it gets the job done. I got this on Amazon for about $9, free shipping, so not expensive. I got it in 2 days. I wouldn't recommend trying to home a remedy opening one of these. You might ruin the shell, and you might ruin the bolts as well. So let's get into it. First off, we're gonna take out the jumper pack. So we'll remove this. You can use the cover to pry it out. And it'll come right out of there. It goes in like a cartridge as well. So that pops out. As you can see, it's pretty dusty. This thing has never been cleaned out. So you take off the jumper pack, first and foremost, set that aside. And then 6 points with bolts. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking this apart. You're gonna use your game bit driver, and you're just gonna take these apart. These feet come off. Set those to the side. That one gave me a little bit of trouble, but take those off. Now we're down to this one. Alright, so once you take the 6 bolts out, you'll be able to remove the shell pretty easily, just like that. As you can see, inside of this bad boy is extremely dirty. Here's what the underside of the shell looks like. Right here is the reset button. We'll get to that in a second. As you can see, this N64 is fairly dirty, never been cleaned. Just use some cotton balls or whatever you have. Maybe just clear out the dust inside of here, clean it up a little bit. Anyways, big thing is with this, we're gonna go back to the shell here. You have this reset button and there's 2 clips. You're gonna wanna press these clips out. You can see they work their way out. Push those out. You can see the button is emerging. Pull that out. And you can just see all the gunk in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get some rubbing alcohol and a cotton ball and clean that out. As you can see, they tried to pry the reset button open. I'm gonna see if I can clean out the gunk, and if I have to, I'll have to sand that down, make it a little smooth. But let's go ahead and try to get the gunk out first and see if that works. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the alcohol, and I'm done looking for it. Anyways, so you're gonna wanna clean this gunk out. Get it all nice and clean in there. All the crevices and creases really in there. You're going to use a cotton ball and just maybe clean it up a bit. Get everything out. Go to the button itself. Give it a nice clean. Nice wipe off. The clips. As you can see, the clips and everything are intact. Worst comes to worst, I'm gonna have to sand that down. But after you clean it, let's pop that button back in and see if we get any action on it. If not, we'll have to sand that down. So let's go ahead and try to pop this button back in. We got some action on it. Now let's pop it back on and see if we... So we get the shell back on, and as you see, it works. Now we haven't put it all together yet, haven't tightened it up, but so far you can see this button finally has some action. Most of the time when these buttons are stuck, all it is just the gunk and all of the buildup from age around this button just prevents it from having the action that it needs. So just opening it up and cleaning it out, honestly, is pretty much the fix that you need. Unless those clips are broken, you might have to order yourself a new button. Worst comes to worst, like I said, you might have to sand those edges out. This one doesn't seem like it needs it. And let's go ahead and put everything back in and see if we can still have some action on this button. So first off, we're gonna put the jumper pack back in. It just presses in there. Maybe clean out that part with the cotton ball. Go ahead and put the case back on there. And now let's just flip this bad boy over and let's put her back together. First, we're gonna line up the feet here. Got those on. We'll just put the screws back in their places. Alrighty, so we got the bolts in their locations, we got the feet back on. Now we're just gonna tighten these bad boys up. You don't wanna tighten it too hard, just a little bit snug. And then last bolt right here. And again, there's 6 bolts. 1 here, 1 there, 2 here, 1 back here, and then up here. All right, so we got everything put back together here. Got the shell back on. Turn that bad boy over, and look at that. That reset button is back to functioning quality, and this N64 is ready to clean up a little bit on the outside and get ready to list, sell, and ship. So right there, that works. Reset button, back working. So if you guys ever run into the problem of obtaining an N64 with a stuck button, or you just happen to have an old 64 with the button stuck, this right here is the way to unstick that button and to get your 64 back in working condition. It's not a hard system to work on. Just remember, you will need this special screwdriver, interchangeable bits, one for cartridges for the small one, the next one is for the systems. Get this. It'll help you, especially if you're really into retro games. But yeah, everybody, button looks nice. I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up and get it rolling. But anyways, my name is Miko. This is Just Flippin', and I hope you guys have a good one.